Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup look. I actually posted a photo on my Instagram story a while ago and I had a couple requests to actually do my everyday look because on the weekends when I have trials and appointments, especially when it's clients and I'm meeting for the first time, I don't want to look completely terrible. So I always like to go ahead and throw on a little bit of makeup, kind of just throw on something quick so I can get downstairs, get ready, wait for them to come. So I always like to try and look decent compared to wedding days where I look like a complete mess. This has just been my go-to look. Today I actually have someone coming at 5 o'clock, so I thought it would be the perfect time to sit down and share with you guys my everyday look. It's very simple, it's very easy. The palette that I'm using today, which is always my go-to palette, and I've talked about it so many times here on my channel, is the Persona Cosmetics Identity Palette. It is always my go-to palette when it comes to doing an everyday look, and it's also my go-to palette when it comes to doing makeup on my clients. So I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial. Like I said, this was a request from you guys, so enjoy and let's go ahead and get started. So I'm actually downstairs, so as you can see the background is completely different. I actually had my ring light down here for my appointments and everything, so I thought, why not change up the scenery and just bring everything down here and I'll do my makeup down here for this tutorial. So I'm really excited. So I've already moisturized my skin. You guys know I love the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturizer. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes. I'm using my Urban Decay Primer Potion in Original. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that onto my eyes. And this is by far always my favorite eye primer. I've tried so many out there on the market and it is just always my go-to. So going right into the tutorial, so I'm gonna go into the Identity Palette and I'm gonna take the shade Humble, which is in the upper left, and this is gonna be my brow bone highlight. So just, let me get that out of the way, just placing this right underneath my brow, and then I blend it down into my eye look. You can either use this or you can use Sassy, which is right next to it, and that's a really great kind of shimmery shade. I'm going in with Humble first, and then I do go back and bring a little bit more of a highlight up top since this is a matte shade. Okay, so next we're going to do is go in with a big fluffy brush. Any brush that you have will do. The telephone's ringing. So next we're going to go in with a fluffy brush. Any fluffy brush that you have will do. This one is by Smashbox. It is a travel crease brush. Another one you could use is the Sigma E40. And I'm going to go into the shade Charming, which is right here. So I'm just going to tap just a little bit and get off the excess. And then I'm going to go ahead and place this right into my crease, starting in the outer corner, as you can see, and then blending it into that inner corner. And you just want to keep going back and forth, really making sure it's nice and blended out. If you want to go in with just a little bit more, you are more than welcome to do so. Once that is blended out to your liking, I'm also now going to go in with my Morphe M433 brush, and I'm going to take a mixture of Charming and Audacious. So take off all your clothes. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and just take a mixture of these two shades. And now I'm going to place this right into my crease. I'm kind of starting in the outer corner. Oh, there we go. I'm kind of starting in the outer corner. And this is just going to go right into kind of the crease, right in the socket of my crease, honestly. So just placing that right like that. You can go in with a little bit more of Audacious if you want. A little bit more of Charming. I'm going to go in with a little bit more Audacious just to add a little bit of a orangey kind of warm color. So just going back and forth, back and forth. And this color is just going to be a really great layer to the whole look, because you guys know I love to layer shadows. So just going back and forth. And then as always, I do like to go back with my big fluffy brush and just blend everything together. This is just always a step that I always do, just to make sure that everything is one and that there are no harsh lines or anything like that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my MAC 217 blending brush, and I'm going to take the shade Maverick, which is right here. It's a really beautiful brown. So this is going to go right into my outer corner. So placing this right here in the outer corner. You can get this as dark as you want. You can go as light as you want. I kind of like to do smoky. My favorite are always smoky eyes. So I kind of like to build this color up. So as you can see, what I'm doing first is I'm pretty much kind of just patting it right in that outer corner, as you can see. So once you kind of pat it where you want it, that's when I'm then gonna go in and start to blend it out. I'm gonna blend this right into my crease, but this color is gonna be darker. I'm gonna mainly focus this in the outer corner, but also I wanna add, don't blend it up too high. For me, I blend it up slightly just because I do have hooded eyes, but for the most part, I pretty much just keep it right in that outer corner, and I don't really bring it up too high for the time being. Just placing it right kind of there, and there you go. And then again, going back with my big brush, I actually go in with the smaller, kind of more crease brush, just to go back and blend this out. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna be taking the shade Goddess, which is right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and place this right onto my lid. I'm just using my finger just to make it easy. Just placing this right on the lid. And of course, I'm pretty much gonna place this where we haven't put many shadows, or much shadow, I should say. I'm just gonna go ahead and place that down with my finger all over. Honestly, in my opinion, if you're not a person who likes coppery shades, you can honestly do the same base look and then go in with a color like Gold Digger or Seductive, or if you want to go ahead and use the green. I've used the green with this kind of look and it looks really beautiful. But honestly, if you're not a person who kind of likes the bronzy coppery shades, any lid color will go with this look from this palette. And then after I have that down, I'm actually gonna then go in with a little bit of Gold Digger and tap my finger in there. And I'm gonna place this right in the center of the lid. And placing it right in the center is just gonna open up your eye, and it's just gonna kind of bring the focus of the look right to the center. So I feel like looking at the eye looks, as you can see, this one just looks a lot lighter and a lot brighter compared to this eye. So it's always a trick that I love to do, is just placing a lighter color in the center when you're doing an eye look, just because it will just bring the focus of your eyes right to the center, and I feel like it just looks really flattering. So then what I'm gonna do is go back with my blending brush and just go in with a little bit more Maverick actually, and just kind of blend that outer corner a little bit more. Just kind of blend the shadows in a little bit. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is I'm actually gonna go in with a black shadow. Honestly, if you don't like black, what you can do is actually go in with Fearless, which is this really, really dark brown. But I'm just gonna use any black shadow. This one is by MAC. So what I'm gonna do is just take a really small tapered angled brush, I would say, not even tapered. And what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna pretty much apply this right along the lash line. And I love doing this because not only does it give a really nice soft look and a soft line, but I love adding black shadow just because it will help later on with blending the false lashes into the eye look. So it's not a really, really harsh line, and for me it just gives a little bit more of a smoky look to your eye. Okay, and for lashes today, I'm actually gonna go in with this pair right here. I love these lashes. I actually found them on Amazon, and is this focused? Yeah. So the lashes that I'm gonna go in with today are these ones. I actually found these on Amazon, and they are one of my favorite lashes. They look like this, so they're really gorgeous, and I think that they're full, but they're kind of wispy in a sense too, so I really love these. Alrighty, so lashes are on. So now we're gonna go ahead and do our face makeup. So for primer, I'm gonna go in with my Becca Backlight Priming Filter. There's absolutely nothing in it, so I have to take the cap off and scrape as much as I possibly can out of this bottle because it's one of my favorite primers. And I do have a backup, but I definitely want to use the rest of this. And then for today's foundation, I'm actually going to be using my Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. This is in the shade Tawny. It is definitely darker than I am right now, so we're going to make it work. But I've really been loving using Double Wear recently, especially because, of course, it's April, so it's getting a little bit warmer. So I love wearing Double Wear, especially when I have weddings, because I feel like I don't need to worry about it. What I'm also going to do is I'm actually just going to use a regular foundation brush today. This one is the Morphe E31. And I'm going to take a little bit of my MAC Fix Plus, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray my brush just to go ahead and dampen it. This is also going to help with setting our foundation, which is really great as well. So next I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to be using my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Natural. This is going to, of course, go right under the eyes. I'm also going to highlight with this. So we're putting this right in those inner corners first. You want to make sure that you always get your concealer right in that inner corner, because as you can see, you kind of have those bluey, purpley, dark tones. So I always make sure I get right in that inner corner. I'm also going to go back with my regular foundation brush and just kind of blend the concealer into the face so there are no harsh lines. Then for the under eyes, I'm going to go first and set my under eyes with my Becca Under Eye Brightening Setting Powder. I love, love, love this stuff. Focus in on myself. There we go. I really love this stuff, so I'm just going to go ahead and tap my brush into this setting powder. And just set under the eyes. So we just use a little bit, as you can see, to set the under eyes. I always set my under eyes first just because my under eyes are creasy. And then for the rest of my face, I'm actually going to go in with this new Becca powder. This is the Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. I've never used it. I actually just got it in the mail a couple weeks ago. So what do you want? Ooh, okay, okay. So we're just going to dip. It's got like a bouncy, can you see this? A bouncy, bouncy, bouncy in it. And we're just gonna go ahead and, oh my Lord. What the hell is this? This is the most interesting thing I have ever used in my whole entire life. So the reason why it's interesting, I should probably explain while I'm freaking out. If you guys have this at home, you know. It has, as you can see, like a cushion in it. It kind of reminds me like of trampoline in a sense. So you press it, and not extremely wet, like wet water wet, but it's a little wet. So when you dip the powder into it onto the thing, it's like cool. But it sets your face really great. So now for the brows, I'm actually gonna go in with my Sigma Brow Duo in medium. I'm using the lighter color in the inner corner of my brows and the darker color to finish off the tail. And I'm gonna be using this Sigma brush. It's actually a spoolie brush. I'll link below where you can get this, but if you just wanna use the angle brow brush, it's the E65. And just like that, both brows are filled in. So now we're gonna go ahead and contour. So I'm gonna be using my Hoola bronzer by Benefit. I'm just gonna go ahead and use a contour brush. This one's by Sigma. This is a large angled contour brush, F40. So I'm just gonna go in with my Hoola bronzer. So as you can see, I pretty much just bronze up the face. I don't do like a really intense contour or anything, and I actually kind of bring it a little bit on my cheeks just to go like kind of like a bronzy kind of color. For blush, I'm gonna go in very, very lightly. I go in with Warm Soul by MAC. I feel like it's just a really great universal blush just to go ahead and add just a little bit of color. So I'm gonna first just kind of tap this. For highlight today, I'm going to go in with the Laura Geller highlighter in Gilded Honey, which is one of my favorites. So we're just going to go ahead, pop this right on the cheekbones. I just tap it a little bit right on the top of my nose. I don't like a really intense nose contour. I know everyone else in the world does, but I just pretty much like to highlight the tops of the cheeks a little bit on the Cupid's bow, and gorgeous. This is also where I'm going to go ahead and just take a little bit of this And I'm just gonna place this right on the brow bone like this, just going back and forth. It doesn't have to be exactly like precise, but just kind of dusting it over. All right, so now going back and finishing up the eyes, I'm gonna now pretty much do the same thing like I did on the upper lid. I'm gonna go in with Charming and put that along with Audacious, and then I am gonna add a little bit of Maverick. I kind of place Maverick right on the outer corner, as you guys will see, just to kind of keep your eyes open. You also wanna make sure that the outer corners are connected, so I kind of just go back and forth just to connect the upper lid to the bottom lid, or the bottom lash line. And then this step is also completely optional. I like to go in with the black shadow. Whether you do a black eyeliner or a black shadow, it's completely up to you. I go with a little bit of black shadow and just apply it right in the waterline. And then also for my inner corner, I'm actually gonna go in with Nylon by MAC. I'm just gonna use my finger again. Just place that right into that inner corner of the eye. Then going in with mascara, the one that I've been using recently is by Tarte. It's the Tarteist Lash Mascara. I'm actually gonna go ahead and apply it to the false lashes, pretty much kind of just like where my real false lashes are, just to go ahead and blend them together. And then I do like to add a very light coat to the false lashes. All right, so that is it. So the eyes are done. All we have to do left are the lips. Now for lips, I pretty much just kind of honestly just do whatever. Sometimes I'll just throw on, let me zoom out a little bit. Sometimes I'll just throw on some lip gloss and that's it, or I'll line my lips and then add lip gloss. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna go in first with my MAC lip liner in Whirl. So as you can see, I pretty much just lined my lips and then filled them in. Especially if you're doing a lip gloss, I would definitely recommend filling in your lips. And then for lip gloss today, I'm gonna go in with this Kevyn Aucoin, the Molten Lip La Gloss. And this is in Rose Gold. So yeah, that is the look. Any kind of lip gloss that you have honestly will do with this look. I haven't used the Kevyn Aucoin one in a while, so I wanted to try that one out for you guys today. So hope you guys enjoyed this everyday makeup look. This is always my go-to look. Like I said, either I will do this kind of look and I'll just change up the lid, but it is very easy, very simple. I took my time so I could give you guys kind of a step-by-step of how I do it, but pretty much I do this look in like 25 minutes, not even, or throw something on and get downstairs to do my trial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this look. I'm gonna go ahead now and get changed and set up my table for my appointment coming. So yeah, like this video if you liked it, and also give it a thumbs up, and let me know in the comments down below any other kind of videos that you guys would like to see, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.